Hello everyone, today I will show you how to use triggers. I will give a simple example. In this video, you'll see how to create a trigger and I will show you how the trigger processes data step by step through one GIF. First, we log into the instance and then go to the database called test. Then, we will create a table called account with two columns, one called ACCT_number with data type int and another called amount with data type decimal. Okay. We have finished creating a table called account. After we create the account table, we need to create a trigger named ins_sum. The name is placed after the create trigger statement. This trigger will be executed before the insert statement. The important thing is that the ins_sum trigger will track the changes in the account table to process the data. Let's continue looking at the trigger code. This trigger will monitor the insert action of the account table, and when each row is inserted into the table, the trigger will make the variable named sum equal to itself plus the latest value of amount. In the end, the variable named sum will be equal to the sum of all the values of the amount column. Now, let's check whether the trigger can be executed normally. In order for the trigger to be executed normally, we need to assign a value to the variable sum as the first value. We set this value to 0. Next, we insert three values into the account table. Note that the three values of the amount column are 14.98, 1937.50, and -100. After the insert operation is executed, the trigger will add these values together, plus the default value of the sum variable. The default value of the sum variable is set to 0, and use the final value as the value of the sum variable. Let's take a look at the value of the sum variable. It is 1852.98. To help us understand the trigger in more detail, let's take a look at the GIF. When the first value is inserted, the amount is 14.98, and the trigger adds 14.98 to 0 as the value of the variable sum. Now the value of the variable sum is 14.98. When the second value is inserted, the trigger adds the second inserted amount value 1937.5 plus the latest sum value 14.98 as the value of the variable sum. When the third value is inserted, the trigger adds the sum value 1952 to -100 as the value of the variable sum. Finally, the value of the variable sum is 1852. If you want to destroy a trigger, you can use the drop trigger statement. However, if the trigger is not in the default schema, you must specify the schema name. Now we execute the SQL statement to delete the trigger test ins_sum. Okay, thank you for watching, bye.